Now, more than ever, we could really use an American fighter. Welcome to the Film Threat Podcast. I am Chris Gore, and one of my favorite types of movies are sports films. I just happen to like sports movies because what I love about sports films is, there's going to be a conclusion, right? You get invested in somebody's story, and at the end, they either win or they lose. And sometimes when they lose, they really win. Like the first Rocky movie. A lot of people don't realize, they don't remember. In the first Rocky movie, he loses, right? He loses the fight, but he gains respect. And I love that type of film. And there's a movie that is out today. It's called American Fighter. And I am fortunate to have the lead actor, also a producer on the film, George Kosturos. Wait, did I say your name correctly, George?
You got it, yeah. George Kosturos, you got it.
Okay, cool. Dude, you're amazing in this film.
Thank you.
It is like, and I've since become like a fan of, and I'm sure you are too, UFC has gotten huge. I almost think that UFC has gotten bigger than heavyweight boxing, just in terms of totally. You must have gotten hurt making this movie. I mean, I'm watching this film and I know it's stunt, but your shirt is off a lot. You're cut. Clearly you're trained for this. American Fighter. It's a simple story. It's set in 1981, which I love because Star Wars is a running thread because The Empire Strikes Back just came out.
Exactly.
I lived through that era, but it's and you're trying to save your mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really heartwarming story. And it's really, you're an unexpected hero. What led to this? Because you are a producer on the film. And then secondly, tell me about the training, because I'm pretty sure you got hurt making this movie.
Yeah, well, first of all, the movies is a sort of part 2 sequel to American Wrestler, a movie that we did. It came out in 2017, and it was received really well, and a lot of people really liked it. And the lead producer and I always kind of joked about doing another one, and we always kind of threw ideas back and forth about, hey, maybe we could do a sequel. What happened? And we came up with this MMA plot idea. And to be honest, at first it was just a joke, and we were just throwing ideas back and forth. And eventually he came back to me and he said, hey, we have a script for American Fighter. And I was like, no way. And everyone really liked it, and we put the team together, and then we thought, let's do it again. So I'm really happy it came together, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. And so for the first film, American Wrestler, I had to lose about 15 to 20 pounds because they wanted me to get to high school wrestling weight. So I lost. I was like a 150, and I got to like 138. So then when the sequel came around, I was back at my normal weight of 150, and they're like, okay, now we need you to gain 20 pounds. And so I got to like 167, I think, 160, 165, 167. And so it was a lot of training. It was a lot of weightlifting, a lot of MMA training. They put me through jiu-jitsu. They put me through boxing. They put me through kickboxing. I was doing a lot of cardio to try to keep my cardio up. It was the most training I've ever done for a film, let alone in my life. And I was able to gain the 20 pounds in like 2 months. And then it turned into choreography training, which was a whole nother world, because you learn to fight, and then they teach you how to unfight, because you got to like learn how to not hit people. And that was a whole nother world. I have such a new respect for stunt people, because their job is incredibly hard. And I think a lot of people don't know how much work goes into just doing stunts. And I did all my stunts in this film. We had a stunt double for me, but I told him, hey, I want to learn everything. I want to be able to do it all myself. So he sort of took it upon himself. His name is Cheyenne. Great guy, great kid, super talented stunt man. And he sort of took it upon himself to sort of just be my right-hand man trainer the whole film. So we were in between scenes. We were always practicing choreo together, constantly going over the moves. And luckily, and thanks to his help, I was able to do all the stunts myself.
Well, it's really impressive. It's you look at an actor like yourself, and also an actor like Sylvester Stallone, and there's something more to just it's such a physical act. I mean, you mentioned stunt people having a newfound respect and working with them. I mean, clearly you could be a stunt person if you wanted to, but you have those acting chops. what went into like the training and the like your diet? You said you like went from like you had to lose weight for the first movie, and I appreciate the fact that you didn't use a numbered system, because I looked it up and it's like, oh yeah, American Wrestler, yeah, like, and I have not seen American Wrestler. Now I want to, but like what goes into like you did the swing of your weight like at 150 to 138 and then like up to, north of 170 the other direction. What goes into that diet wise and training wise? I mean, maybe I'm asking for myself selfishly, but I think a lot of people would want to know.
Yeah, for the losing weight, I would say it was a very unhealthy approach. They wanted me to lose 20 pounds in about 3 weeks, and I was like, how is that going to happen? And so I kind of went on a non-recommended, unhealthy, eating nothing but a can of tuna and broccoli in the morning, and then just water through the rest of the day. And I was running like 5-7 miles a day. So that was the unhealthy approach for the first film. But then for the gaining muscle, I sort of leveled up a bit. I got a trainer, and he got me on this really specific and strict program of eating lots of protein. And ironically, you'd think to gain weight, I was eating a bunch of meat and eating a bunch of lots of food, or was eating a lot of food, but I was on a completely plant-based diet, which a lot of people don't believe, but I was eating completely plant-based, and I gained 20 pounds of muscle in about 2 months. And it was shocking to realize and learn how much protein you actually get from like spinach and broccoli and legumes and things like that. And so it was a lot of strict healthy eating, no sugar, nothing processed, all clean food, and then weightlifting a lot, and just staying consistent. I learned the best way to lose or gain weight, gain muscle, change your fitness is just consistency. It's better than doing one really hard workout and then taking a couple of days off, is to just do a more sustainable workout every single day throughout the week, take one day off and things like that. And so learning that sort of consistency had helped a lot.
I heard that I've heard Robert De Niro and Christian Bale quoted that when they gained weight for roles, they would just drink milkshakes. That was their secret, is just milkshakes. I mean, the fighting aspect is a big part of this movie, but another part of the movie, and I have to say, I grew up in Michigan, Detroit area, which has the largest population outside the Middle East of people from the Middle East, Iran. I had friends that were just from all over the Middle East growing up in Detroit, and a thread, and I think it's handled so well in the film, is the racism that your character experiences. And I remember idiots at the time acting that way when I was a young kid. I think we've grown as a culture, but what are your thoughts on that? Because it's so well handled in the movie. And I just want to hear what your thoughts are on that thread in the film.
Yeah, well, the American Wrestler is actually the first film is based on a true story, and it's a true story of Ali Afshar, and so a lot of true elements were put into the film, and I think that's why that heart is there and is carried into American Fighter, because a lot of things that are going on in the film actually happened in real life to Ali, and he was the producer on the film, and he's actually in American Wrestler, and so him being so involved and a part of it really brought a grounded sense of how it really was back then, and he was very involved in writing the scripts, and so I think having his personal touch and having him to connect with, and the movies are based off him, so I'm playing him in the films, and like he and I have a great relationship, and he's become sort of like family to me, and just getting to know him more and more and learning about his story and realizing like things from the movie that seem impossible are totally true stories that happened to him and his family when they were trying to come over from Iran during the revolution in 1979. So I think he played a huge role in bringing that realism and that grounded presence of the story. And I think that's why it plays so well.
I really do think it just plays well. It's kind of the heart of the film, it's not overriding. I mean, a lot of it is the, underground fighting. And I want to hear more about your co-stars. You have some amazing co-stars, Sean Patrick Flannery, just like some great co-stars. What was it like to work with them? And it's sort of like, I mean, it's almost in some way like a Fight Club, right?
Totally like a Fight Club. Definitely working with some heavy hitter, intimidating actors. Tommy Flanagan plays sort of like the villain in this film, and he often plays a villain, and it was cool to see him on set. You know, in reality, he's one of the nicest guys, really fun and jokes around a lot. But in the scenes and on set, he sort of, in a way, is very spontaneous. And so there were many scenes that I was in there with him where I was actually kind of scared because I didn't know what he was going to do. He would go off script sometimes. He would, slap me in the face sometimes, and, all in good fun and all in part of, like, in context of the scene. But he was very spontaneous. And so working with him sort of taught me how to, like, know the script is your sort of box, but going outside the box can create some sort of magic on set. And I think he and I have some great scenes together, and I really was thankful to be learning from someone like him. And Sean Patrick Flannery was a joy to work with, really fun, nice guy. He actually is a jiu-jitsu black belt champion. He has his own dojo. He trains with Enzo Gracie and all those guys. And so he brought a really great element of reality in terms of how the fighting should look and feel, and helped me a lot with my choreo and things like that. Showed me how to make it look more real and how to actually, do a proper choke and things like that. And so having both of them on the team just made it fantastic. And then my co-star, who was my best friend in the movie, Brian Craig, he and I are actually friends in real life. And so that was pretty seamless, and great guy, great actor, really fun to be around. And I thought he brought a great levity to the whole, to the heaviness of the film. He's sort of the comedic relief.
Well, it's certainly it makes you as a hero stand out when you've got really good villains, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, in any case, the movie is now out. American Fighter is out and available. I want to announce to everyone here, this will not be the last time that you and I speak, because we're doing a Film Threat watch party on Monday, May 24th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Join us. We're all going to watch American Fighter together, and other people from the film are going to be there. I hope this is not a surprise to you, George.
Oh, I know. I'm ready. I'm excited.
Good. So your fans will be here, fans of the film, and people you'll be able to rent the movie, watch it, and we're all gonna view it together in a watch party Monday, May 24th, 5 p.m. Pacific time. George Kosturos, thank you so much for joining us on the Film Threat podcast. I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk Monday. We'll get into it even more.
Can't wait. All right, take care.
Thank you a lot.